everyone. I'm Adrian Lo. I'm an amateur filmmaker from Davao City. I came to understand that everybody from the Philippines who is a citizen of this country, we're all equally Filipino, no matter what the race. The concept of Chinese by blood and Filipino by heart applies to me personally because I look like somebody from China, but my citizenship and my nationality are firmly rooted in the Philippines. As a child, it didn't really affect me too much that they have these stereotypes of Chinese Filipinos. That didn't really bother me, but what did bother me was that they would say that I'm less Filipino because I'm not the right color. That was a big part of my development growing up, being able to reconcile the Chinese and the Filipino as a single entity, not separate from each other but complementing each other. But Filipinos love movies, so that's why I went into making films. When we talk about the Philippine Revolution, the focus is usually on Luzon, especially the Tagalog-speaking parts of Luzon. So I think that there was not much representation of other parts of the Philippines. And besides that, there's not a lot of representation of the Chinese-Filipino participation in the revolution. So now, because in my film, the protagonist is not the usual, the native Filipino. It's a Chinese Filipino and the Spanish Filipino. They're the protagonists. Maybe it would help Filipinos to broaden their minds. Again, I'm going back to citizenship and nationality because that was like the main. Of course, we didn't get it perfectly, but we tried to balance because if you go too accurate, the audience won't understand and it will just sound, it's going to be alienating to them. So we had to park in the middle, so halfway between historically accurate and still understandable, at least for speakers of the language. For example, I told my actor who played the Spanish character in my film, I don't want you to depict him as a young mustache-twirling villain in the film. I want you to portray a human being, not a caricature. I'm quite proud that we were able to win on our first try.
Agad ikaw, di indio. Imong ginikanan di indio ha, Berto.
Pare Rimio Abuelo, Español Polo, di pequeño. Hablayo Katsila Bueno, nosotros mestizo, y campanilla. Vos no Chinese.
I don't have any technical knowledge of film. I had to learn it by myself. I had to read the history books by myself. And I made the first film right after I passed the physical therapy board exam. So for filmmakers who want to explore themes of heritage and identity, especially when you deal with ethno-linguistic groups that are different from your own, I think the biggest step is to understand that you should not depict them as caricatures themselves. The second step is know more about their language, the way they think, their aspirations, the issues that they've faced throughout the centuries. And if you're dealing with indigenous groups in particular, you should consult the NCIP, the National Commission on Indigenous People, because they will help you come into contact with the groups, with the ethno-linguistic groups, the indigenous groups, so that you can make a depiction that's sensitive and respectful. I hope that when they see it, they're able to reflect more on how they understand our citizenship, our nationality.